So conditions, some of them you want, some of them you don't want. But here's something that will serve you so well as you are beginning to understand the vibrational universe that you live in and the vibrational being that you are. Over here is a vibration that we're going to call, in as emphatic way as we can because we want you to remember it evermore, it is an unconditioned. It's an unconditioned. This vibrational reality is an unconditioned. And as you allow yourself to focus in a way that allows this non-physical vortex and your source energy, who is projecting thoughts to you about the path to what you want. Hear this. Your inner being knows where you stand in relationship to everything you want. Doesn't that please you? Your inner being knows where it is and is calling you to it. But you got to be in the vicinity in order to hear the impulses. So if you will just for a little while decide that rather than trying to change the condition so that you can feel better, instead you will ignore the condition and find some way to feel better, which will then cause the condition to change. Can you hear the difference? It is essential to deliberate creation. Focusing upon an unwanted condition sets a vibration that holds it in place. But being unconditional means using your willpower, that's the only way we would use willpower, to focus on something that feels better. There could be 10 subjects in your life that are important to you. And let's say 9 of them are going extremely well. But you could focus on the one thing that isn't going well. And as humans, that's what you usually do because you're trying to find a problem and wrestle it to the ground and kill it. This universe is based upon attraction and inclusion. When you say no to something, you're actually saying yes to the thing you don't want. Yes to something you do want brings it. No to something you don't want brings it. So here is this condition that you don't want. And as you focus upon this unwanted condition, you hold yourself vibrationally apart from what you want. So if you would decide that caring about how you feel matters, it matters so much that this condition takes a second or third or fourth or fifth place. So let's say there are 10 things in your life experience that are important to you, and that one thing isn't going well. The other 9 going well. If you would focus upon the 9 things that are going well, or even one of the 9 things that are going well, that 10th thing would have to come into alignment. It would have to. Because vibrationally, you've cleaned it up. Vibrationally, you're using the 9 things that are going well as your reason for offering your vibration, which means you're now getting impulses about everything else. You're getting impulses about the thing that isn't going well. Let's turn it around. Let's say 9 things are terrible, and 1 thing is going really well. And as you focus upon those 9 things, you feel awful. But as you focus upon the 1 thing that's going well, you feel better. So you focus on it more and more, so you're feeling better more and more. So now the other 9 things are coming into alignment because you're holding yourself in a frequency that allows the solution that you're looking for. The vibration of a solution and the vibration of a problem are completely different frequencies. So what's the point of all of this, Abraham? What's the point of all of this contrast that surrounds us? Well, the contrast causes you to identify what you want. It's really step 1 of the important creative process. If you don't know what you don't want, you can't know what you do want. So step 1 is that discerning and asking process. And that's that rocket of desire that goes into this vortex that your inner being stands and holds and summons to you all the cooperative components. The question is, are you one of the cooperative components? And the answer to that is, if you feel good, yes. If you feel not good, no. You're not being cooperative right now. So step 1 is you ask. Step 2 is Source stands there with all that you've become and summons by law of attraction to you. So the path lights up for you. The path of least resistance is very, very bright. Your inner being knows right where all of the steps are. Not just the most direct steps, but the steps that will bring you the most pleasure along the way. And hear this, more important, the most logical step that you will be able to find. So when we talk about the path of least resistance, we want you to understand you are the one who's throwing the resistance on the path. But it's okay. Your inner being still keeps calling you. And the more you get into this place where you are realizing the revelation that is being offered to you, the more that path of least resistance will clear up, until in time there won't be resistance that you're tripping over. Ease and flow and fun and full and fast and life. That's how you're supposed to feel, you see. So step one is life causes you to ask. Step two is Source gathers it all up, holds the frequency of it, and calls you to it constantly. When you ask, it is given. That'd make a really good book. Oh yeah. But the third step is what we're talking about with you. That is, you got to find the frequency. And you got to practice to find it, which means you got to care about how you feel. You got to find the frequency that puts you in that place of realizing, and then you're off and running. There are no limits for you. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. If this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire within you the desire, this time-space reality has the wherewithal to deliver the full manifested goods. So what we're really talking about is you finding some way to be happy in the interim between the vibrational reality and the fully manifested reality. And don't misunderstand us. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you think, oh yeah, Abraham just wants us to get happy so we don't notice the things that aren't working out for us. But that cannot be, because when you get happy, the things that you want cannot be avoided by you. They have to come, and you will realize them. And oh, what fun it is to consciously define desire and then deliberately tune your frequency by caring about how you feel, and then getting to witness the path unfolding. Such a fun path. After a little while, you'll begin to understand that the journey was what it was all about, that the destination is fleeting. Don't misunderstand. We want you to have all that stuff you want. We want you to have every bit of stuff that you want. We want you to have it. You have come into this leading edge place because manifestation is the leading edge way. We're not trying to talk you out of your manifestations. We're just wanting you to find more joy on your way to them. And so often, the things you want beat you up because you don't have them, and then you feel some sort of discouragement or blame about why you don't. Very clever. Must be my mother's fault. It's usually what you say. I think it's my mother's fault. Should have been different early on, and I would have had a much better go of it. We say, your emotions are here and now. You have control of them here and now. Stop dredging up that old stuff that doesn't apply anymore. All of your power is here and now. It's time for you to cash in your vibrational currency.